As the River Liffey makes its way to the Irish Sea, it comes past all the mills in Palmerstown and then bends all the way around the Knockmaroon hill. A beautiful scenic area at the moment, but it has some secrets. By doing some research with old records and old maps, we can find there was an area here called Red Mills. In actual fact, on this map and others, it's known as Red Mills, but if you read back through history, it seems to have had many different names. It seems to have had an association with the turtles, and then they were known as the Barren Mills, becoming Red Mills, then the Woolen Mills, and then just the mills near Chapelizod. But Red Mills is the name that seems to have stuck the most, and I think I may know the reason to this. The land here is often called chapelizod, when in actual fact when you look at the maps, it's Castle Knock, and the mills here were described as being the mills near Chapelizod, not quite Palmerstown, just that one bit that spreads around the Liffey is Castle Knock. This old engraving with a description of mills near Chapelizod with a view of Palmerstown, I believe, is the Red Mills. The topography matches, and other things also, the location of the mills. If we look at the flour mill on the south side of the Liffey, you can see it here below the weir. Again, in the engraving, you can see it on this side. Then we see where the weir, a V shape, runs back to the sluice gate. This divides the pressure of the river to both mills, and it can be seen here where the water flows down in the drawing and back over to the flour mill. This aerial shot shows the remains of the sluice gate, and you can see the water running over what remains of the weir. Between this aerial shot, the map and the old drawing, you can see this location clearly. Going back to the aerial shot, you can see where the weir runs back towards the mill, exactly as it does in the old drawing, and I'll demonstrate that here. I'll also highlight where the mill was from the drawing, its remains still being there now. The mill complex as shown in this map is quite big and has changed over time. As we refer back to the drawing, you can see in the background Palmerstown House, which is now where the hospital is, and you can see where it coincides with the old drawing. I have a theory that the tiles on Red Mill may have been of a terracotta style, red. That's what appears to be in the pictures. Something like the chimneys on Knockmaroon House, the old style red tile, and perhaps how it got its name of the Red Mills, a name which seems to have stuck more than any of the rest. The area seems to be rich in history. Some of my research spoke of a Bronze Age fishery. There was a boathouse here, and the Red Mill. The gardens were updated, and perhaps even the mills were. There's stories that go back from Luttrell having land here and having the mill. And Joseph Peat, who came from Leeds in Yorkshire around 1836 and ran the mills for many years, until eventually their family left because of the tax. A high tax was put on woolen mills in Ireland to try and put business back over to Scotland and England. And I often wondered, is that where the expression came from, to be fleeced? Who knows, one that may be stuck. Here you can see a mill which is absolutely stunning and would not take an awful lot to restore. And I personally believe there should be a preservation order put on this whole area. The records show that the Peat family lived here for some years and they even had children here, stating that there was an apartment on site around or in one of the mills. The records show also that the mill remained vacant for some time, and then David Presley and Sons took over the mill and ran it for some time. This can be found if you look up in the history books. I'm going to leave you now with some images of the mills and the area for you to enjoy. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This area is all laid out for development, different sections of it, so all this could be lost, which is beyond the sin. But I'll leave you with these shots, and again, thanks for watching.